looks like it finally came through. The live, you know? Sometimes you're waiting for the live. So here we are. And I wanted to ask you guys something. Is it okay if I ask you something? What have you done in the last month that really empowered you to get over some trauma that you have suffered? Like, name one or two things that you've done this month that have actually worked to calm you, to empower you, in spite of the fact that you've been traumatized. Because what I've discovered in my lifetime from childhood trauma to adult trauma is that I have had to really buckle down and get my mind in order. I've had to say tons of positive things to myself. I mean, let me know in the comments if you can relate to constantly having thoughts that are negative that you are counteracting or that you need to know how to counteract, right? I mean, there's a lot of negative that can happen in our head, but what things are we doing and what things are we saying that are helping us to overcome? You know, if we were beaten as children, we came away from that injured, yes. And we also came away with a desire for something different. And what has that desire for something different caused us to become? Has it caused us to figure out how to communicate better? Has it caused us to have more compassion with other people? Has it caused us to really have empathy? Because every time we go through something, there's some sort of a residue left behind, an imprint left behind, and that imprint that's left behind can be turned over. It can be turned into something good if we look at it, if we study it, if we maybe even get a pencil or a pen and write about it or draw what that made us feel like and what hope has come from that. I know that after I fled from my last husband, my late ex-husband, I came away from that with a doubling down of determination that I would keep my eyes open from now on, not only for myself, but for my kids, and that I would tell the truth about what I see in a person, and that I wouldn't hold back for fear of upsetting anyone's feelings. Yes, there's a way to deliver a message, don't get me wrong, but that I wouldn't hold silent any longer, because one of the greatest weapons against someone is to hold them silent. So I don't hold silent any longer. What do you do? Do you talk about it when you've sensed something wrong? Do you go and find help when you're feeling helpless? Some of us, I know, some of us turn to the bottle. You know, we go have a drink when we feel helpless. But what's that doing for us really? Is that bottle helping us to be stronger? Is that bottle helping us to be more financially stable? Really, it's not doing any of that. It's numbing the pain. So what could we do instead of grabbing a bottle? We could grab a pen. We could grab a paintbrush. We could grab our running shoes. We could grab our yoga mat. We can grab our meditation cushion. We can light a candle. We can play a musical instrument. Those are just some of the things that we can do instead of grabbing the cigarettes, instead of grabbing the bottle, instead of being so immersed in social media that we never come up for air. Those positive things can actually put us ahead of the game, and they cost much less than cigarettes and alcohol and all of the other things that we can tend to abuse as formerly abused people. So there's so many reasons why to put down those vices and pick up the tools. Sometimes those tools come with a bunch of people that can actually help be supportive. So think about that in this next week and comment. Find me on Facebook or find me on YouTube. Comment. What is it that you love to do that stops you from using the vices that you used to use to cope, and that now has given you a new outlook or positive outcome, positive results in your trauma recovery? I want to hear about it. And that would make me super happy to even get to hear what you do, because maybe I want to implement some of that too. I've implemented a lot of things, a lot of meditation, a lot of writing, singing, dancing, and a lot of things like that. But what if you have something that's helpful for me? What if you have something that's helpful for the rest of the community? Let's get to sharing it. Let's bond together and help each other to stop hurting ourselves with vices and start building ourselves with the fertilizer that someone gave us to harm us. Now we're going to grow a tree. Now we're going to grow a vineyard or an orchard. Let's do that. So I'm going to be back in touch with you guys. And hopefully you can have some ideas between now and then about what you have done to overcome and to conquer. Because what are we going to do? We're going to thrive on, right? Thrive on, everybody.